Listen up or run for cover. Dropping knowledge from the people who have it to the people who need it. The real Brad Lee is dropping
What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, kids, do I have a real treat for you. I've got Naz Barouti. What's happening, Naz?
What's up, Brad?
Now, if you guys are thinking, well, who's Naz Barouti? Well, she's a lawyer. She's an author. She's an entrepreneur. She's a media commentator. And she does public speaking. She does keynotes all over. And mainly what she talks about, which is why I'm excited to have her on the show today, is known in the legal world as estate planning. She's a guru in like protecting assets, shit like that. And she wrote a book for women.
I did.
Mainly for women.
I mean, look, I don't like to single out the men, but I think my ladies needed some help in this area of love, death, and money.
Yeah, and she said you probably don't want your wife and I to be friends.
Yeah, I didn't say friends. I said you probably don't want your wife to read my book.
Well, same thing. And to me, what did I say?
You said, I would love for my wife to read your book. I'm going to call her when we do the show.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because if her and I divorce for any reason, she deserves whatever she deserves. And if you're teaching people how to get what they deserve, well, then I'm all for you. But if you're teaching women how to jack-pack their husbands that they married rich, I don't know if I'm with you, but I'll still interview you.
Well, listen, I got to stop you right there.
Okay.
Because what the trend that's happening right now, women are getting married later in life, and we're making more money than men.
I love it.
So yes.
So you're teaching them how to protect their own assets?
Yes,
Oh,
I am.
Shit. Let me bomb that, dog. Hey, listen, I want to meet one with some assets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my wife, she takes care of me and the kids, so she doesn't technically bring in revenue, but she allows me to. So that's part hers, right?
100.
So if I went and built a $1 billion company while she was at home taking care of the kids, I do believe she helped me. I don't believe she should get half of it like old Bezos. Did Bezos' girl get half or no?
She got half.
Now, they built it entirely together. Right. So I would not be mad in that case. Matter of fact, people don't understand my perspective in a lot of cases. Listen to this. Would you rather lose, and be honest. I want you to be honest.
I'm a lawyer, Brad.
Okay,
I'm always honest.
Well, that's why I said be honest. So would you rather lose, be honest, would you rather lose $2 million in a divorce or $200 million?
Well, it depends on what my net worth is.
No, it doesn't. Just answer the question.
I would rather lose $2 million.
Okay, see, now that's the wrong perspective to have. I'd rather lose $200 million.
What, because you think that you have 400 and you're just splitting it in half?
I must.
Yeah, well, that's why I said I need to know what my net worth is.
But you didn't.
Yeah, but you
and
didn't.
I dismissed it as unimportant.
All right.
And irrelevant.
Remember what I said to you? I'm going to pick my battles during the show.
Right now
this
I feel
is a
like
battle. I'm going to let you win this one.
I feel like we're in a court of law when I talk to lawyers. So I'm always clear and concise, so I can always rewind the tape.
Yeah. But you know, I it's really scary when everyone introduces me as a lawyer. So I started lying and I say I'm a radio host instead.
Yeah.
Because it kind of turns people off when you say, and I've tested this out. Like I've tested this out when men approach me and they say lawyer, I say I'm a lawyer. The interest just goes away. So I started lying.
See, you can tell that those are bad dudes.
Are they?
If a dude's worried that you have a superpower such as being an attorney, which is a doctor of the law.
That's true.
So if you're a juris doctor, aren't you?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I wish my wife was a lawyer. Why? Well, because so she can protect us better. She knows the law, and the law is the where the pen is mightier than the sword. The law you can manipulate, the law you can leverage, and you have to know it in order to do that.
Well, Brad, do you think
you have a superpower?
Do you think that you're like that because now you're successful, but if you went back 20 years ago, would you feel the same way?
Yes.
Well, you're a rare breed then.
You ain't motherfucking lying. But here's why. Because look, I'm a fair person. When I married my wife, let's say, and I'm just using these numbers as an example. when I married my wife, let's say she had, and just not meaning like nothing, like she wasn't worth anything, nothing negative, but she had nothing. Mm-hmm. And let's say I had $100 million and I married her. And 5 years later we divorced. And I said, here, take a couple $1 million and, have fun. To me, that's fair. Why? She got a couple $1 million to hang out for 5 years with some dude that she figured out couldn't get along with her. Now, had a couple kids. Okay, a little bit different. Now maybe the kids the damn kid cost you $1 million from 0 to 18.
Yeah.
So now you better factor in the kids. And then pretty soon she's up to half of what you own, right?
Yeah.
And maybe more in some cases. In my opinion, sometimes there are cases where the wife or the husband, the gender doesn't matter to me. It's who did what. That's what's fair. Who did what? So if I brought $100 million to the party, she brought nothing. 5 years later, we divorced. Well, in the 5 years, if I turn that $100 million into $600 million, well, then she deserves half of the $500 million difference. Why? Because she was my partner when I made $500 million. She is not entitled to the $100 million. Why? I brought that with me.
Well, everything that you're saying sounds great in theory, and I agree with you. However, the problem is that when two people are divorcing, rarely do we see them being on good terms with each other. They want to tear each other's heads off, and this is where attorneys take advantage of clients.
Yeah, but what if they cheat?
What do you mean?
What if someone cheated? Like again, if a man cheats,
okay,
and the wife,
Are you asking
faithful?
me? Are you asking me? Do I think the woman should get more because a man cheats? No.
No. I'm asking you what you think. Period.
If a man cheats?
No, who should get what?
Depending on who built it.
Your book says, Love, Death, and Money, A Woman's Guide to Legally Protecting Yourself, a comprehensive, easy-to-follow guide to help you get your legal affairs in order so you're ready for anything life throws your way. Now, if you're talking about rich women that have something, and this is how you protect it so no numbskull with a freaking thick dick comes along and drills you down so good you want to give them everything, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what prenups are for.
Okay, but that's who you're protecting? Then then cool. I was thinking that that this book taught girls how to go, marry somebody.
No.
And then negotiate.
Do I look like I'm that?
If there should be a divorce.
No. Do I look like that? I'm that type of woman.
All right. Well, now that we're on the same page.
I'm a boss ass bitch. Okay. Right. Everything that
she is a boss ass bitch.
I literally,
if you guys are listening to the audio, she's cool.
I literally have built everything that I have, and I was in the green room and I heard you talking to someone, and they were saying, people get annoyed when they say, "Oh, your parents got you everything," and I get a lot of that.
Right. Were your parents rich?
No, my parents were immigrants. I wasn't born here. I was born in Iran. I came here when I was 2-3 years old.
By the way, because I hear people say that a lot. My parents were immigrants, or we were immigrants. There are rich immigrants,
Yes, but during the time that they came, they had to leave everything. It was during the revolution.
So they
it was during
rich.
the war. No, and so they started all over. And
did they become rich?
Yeah, they became very wealthy.
Sweet.
But the thing is that, I had an ex that would criticize me all the time. My dad's a financial planner and I'm an estate planning attorney. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And so we can really build like a great team and a big empire.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, your dad gave you everything. And I'm like, you freaking asshole. Like, I still had to take the bar and become a lawyer. Like, I still have to close a deal. That's not something that my dad can give me. He can give me the tools, and he can give me my ex.
That's why he's your ex.
Yes, that's why he's my ex.
Can I help you with that for one moment?
Yes, you can. By the way, he's still calling me. It's been years that we've broken up.
Well, it's because you already know this, but I'll remind you for the audience sake. Who cares what he thinks?
No, but I'm saying in conversation, I'm just having a conversation with my friend here. A lot of people criticize you when you have success and you're a woman, and they always say, "Oh, your dad gave you everything," or a man, "Your dad gave you everything." No, I still created my own empire.
Yeah, but Naz, honestly, who gives a fuck? I wish my dad gave me everything.
I know, that's what you were saying, and I love that you could be honest about that. And I think
because people are lucky when their parents had given them everything.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
They're still where people want to be, which is wealthy, which is successful, which is in control, which is
step up.
in power,
Yeah.
which is in position. And if someone says, oh, you're a piece of shit because your dad gave you everything, that person is just a hater, which means who gives a fuck what they think? I wish my dad gave me everything. I wish my biggest problem was everybody said my daddy gave me everything. All those Ferraris and all those jets and all those houses and all the money you have and all the fun you have, that's just because of your dad. I'd be like, I know.
That's right.
I'd be
That's
like,
right. Daddy gave it
That's
to
right,
me.
dude. And I'll be seeing him this weekend. I'll be high-fiving his ass.
But the thing is like, yeah, people can give you stuff. It's a matter of what you do with it. So I could have had all the money in the world, but I could have been a dumbass.
Well, if you have all the money in the world, you realize it's worthless.
Yeah.
Unless there's currency, that's why they call it currency, because it needs to move and flow. If you have all the money, money no longer has value.
Yeah.
Because you have it all.
There's no purpose in life anymore.
Well, you have it all.
Yeah. And I don't live my life like that. It's always over purpose over popularity.
Look, here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
If my wife shouldn't read your book.
No, she should read my book.
And you know, I know, but you said she shouldn't. If you said I don't want her to read it.
That was a joke. I was pulling her leg.
But that gives me the impression that you're teaching her or people that read it how to work the deal.
No, I'm not. I'm teaching people about the right questions to ask. Listen,
like what?
In
What's a good question to
in
ask?
any relationship, whether it's romantic or professional, I want to know how I'm exiting that relationship first.
So it's all business for you.
Yeah, 100%. Every
Period.
relationship is business.
End of story.
End of story.
So listen, we can get down to business and love each other and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
But when it boils down to it, what am I getting out with?
No, what's mine is mine, and just want you to know that before we go into our relationship.
So you didn't even finish. You said what's mine is mine, and you were about to say what's yours is mine.
No, I wasn't. No.
That's how it goes. What's mine is mine, and what's yours
that's
is
what
mine.
that's the mentality people think that women have nowadays. And I'm trying to teach women, like, you can get whatever you want on your own terms and build it yourself.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes. Oh God, this is gonna be interesting.
So you would advise women, hey, just make sure you get out of the relationship with everything you walked in with.
And everything you contributed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, are there gray area?
There's always a gray area.
Okay, so.
But I don't live my life in a gray area. It's either black or white. You're with me or you're not with me. You're either on my train or you're under it, Brad.
That's a good one. You got some good catchy phrases, don't you?
I should have been an actress.
What was the other one?
Oh, the other one was what are two things that every man needs to be successful?
Oh, yeah.
A good woman and a good lawyer, and I'm both.
Right.
I should put that on like a dating app, like at my headline.
Well, I almost want to call my wife, but I still don't have any thought of what I would say. So I'm going to wait because I know I'm going to get her involved here, because I was hoping it would be more like controversy if you were teaching.
We can make it controversy if you'd like.
Well, not if you're teaching people how to protect themselves.
Well,
because I agree with that, and that's why I meant, like, I don't mind if my wife reads your book, because guess what? I'm as fair can get. I want her to get everything she deserves. If we were to divorce, she should get everything she deserves, and make sure that her life is not harmed by marrying me.
Yeah.
So if if I wouldn't have married your dumb ass, I would have made $1 million myself. Okay, let me give you that $1 million. I apologize for screwing up your plans. But in most cases, the women, and sometimes men, by the way, the women or the one with no assets marries into a marriage with assets. When those people divorce, unless there's a prenup, and a lot of times, even if there's a prenup, I mean, let's be honest, as a lawyer, tell me the truth. Prenups don't fucking hold up.
They can get contested. It just depends on the terms and the lawyers involved and how many things were disclosed properly.
Right. But
and
on
whether
average, what do you think the percentage of prenups that hold up as is?
50-50.
Right. So you're 50-50 that your prenup's even going to hold up.
It's better than not having that 50% chance that you can protect your assets.
That's true. What about a post-nup?
I'm all for post-nups, but like I told you in the green room, it's harder to convince someone to sign an agreement when you're already married.
Doesn't matter. If you can get your wife or your husband to sign a post-nup, most people don't know about post-nups. If you can get them to sign a post-nup with the prenup, dude, you're doubly protected.
You're golden.
Because now someone comes along and says, listen, lady or sir, you're telling me that you signed it under duress because you wanted to get married and you had no clue how much he was actually worth and what kind of pain you'd be in every time he married you. So at the end of the day, you didn't anticipate all this rubbish and pain. But then you signed it again 6 months after you were married.
Well, Brad, let me tell you where most people win on that argument. It's not so much that they were under duress or coerced to sign it. It's most of the time the spouse is hiding assets. So if you don't disclose an asset during a prenup, postnup,
That would be unfair.
yeah, and it automatically will transfer to the other spouse during a divorce settlement.
Ooh, hey, folks, better pay attention now.
Yeah.
Automatic.
That actually is a court case. The guy won a lottery ticket, like won a whole bunch of money, didn't disclose it, and during the divorce, the spouse got all the winnings.
Well, good for them, because I would have done the same thing as a juror. You know why? Because that's dirty.
Yeah, it is dirty.
So here's what I would say. If someone came to me, everyone would want to come to me to get divorced because I'd just be fair. Now, again, gold diggers wouldn't like me because I'd be fair. So if a guy came and like, oh, I thought, this girl had $100 million. Let's see you hump her for a week and see how you feel. Well, dude, that was your choice.
Yeah.
But you married her for a week. You don't deserve anything. Okay, now get the fuck out of here and go find yourself another girl. Because, dude, you married her to get her money, and it's clear. Why? You married her and then divorced her a week later. You get nothing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like, you get nothing, sir.
I agree with you.
I don't care what paper you filed. You get nothing, sir.
Yeah.
You don't deserve anything. You tried to screw her. That's what you get. You don't get to screw her. Out of my courtroom. Next.
Well, there's not many judges like you. However, two things that I want to make clear. When you said, I thought this was a book where you're going to teach women how to kind of, marry rich or whatever, get other people's assets.
What makes it sound like? You said you don't want your wife talking.
No. I was joking with you.
You think my wife has more money than me?
No. But my point
what
is...
what would she be protecting
Well,
then?
this is my point. The point of writing this book is twofold. And if you want it to get controversial, it's going to get controversial right now. One, it's because it's not even about divorce. It's about your wife being educated enough to know how to take care of your estate if something happens to you.
Yeah.
Like, have you sat down with her and had the conversation?
No.
Like this is my accountant.
You know what?
This is the
she
trustee.
Would love to know these things, and she would love to be in that
enlightenment. You have to do that, because if you don't have a plan, the government has one for you.
I do have a plan.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
And she's very curious as to what it is.
So why don't you share that plan with her?
Well, because, when?
What do you mean when?
It's already done.
No, but you got to tell her what's written in there, because you know what's going to happen, Brad?
She knows
someone's
going
to come in and take advantage of her, and she's going to be like, oh, I guess this is what Brad wanted.
No, my executor will do the...
Yeah, but don't you think your wife should also be an executor, co-executor, co-trustees?
Depends. In what situation?
In any situation.
I know, but I have multiple children from multiple women.
That's totally fine.
No. What if she doesn't like some of them?
Well, this is why you put 3 people.
What if she doesn't like some of them?
No. When you pass away, whatever you've written becomes irrevocable.
Oh, yeah, right. I got screwed out of $1.5 million in airplanes.
What? What are you talking about? What?
Well, someone died.
Okay.
Turns out they left me their airplanes.
Okay.
That were worth $1.5 million.
And the trustee sold it to pay off debt?
The executor, which was a sister of the decedent, said, oh, yeah, he owed a bill on those, which he did not. And the bill was owed to his other LLC, which was not mine.
Let me tell you how you take care of situations.
I know,
like
but so guess what?
You got screwed over.
I lost $1.5 million because some executor wasn't doing shit the decedent wanted. So save all that. If
I'm not going to
died and she's in control.
I'm not going to save all that because.
Yeah, but watch. Let me just say this, and then you can answer. If I died and she's in control and she decided as an executor,
yes,
you know what? That is what he wanted, but I don't give a fuck. You ain't getting shit.
Well, I'm not telling you.
That person would not get shit, yes or no?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
However, they have a fiduciary duty.
I know.
Number one. Number two, I didn't say put her alone. I think you should put 3 people and a majority should decide. That way there's a checks and balances. And a lot of attorneys don't do that. They either put themselves or they put one person, which is a huge mistake.
I like the board, the majority rules type of thing.
Or you have like a tiebreaker vote. Like you put your wife with someone else. If they can't decide, a third person is the final say.
You know what I do though?
Huh?
Here's how I set it up. What? Tell me if I'm rude or wrong. If I die, X amount of dollars goes to each trust.
Okay, for your children?
Automatically.
Okay.
There's no decision making.
Yeah.
And then each trust has an executor.
I like that.
Each trust's executor is the one that gets to determine what that trust got, but nobody gets to determine what each trust gets.
Okay. No, I like that.
So that's it.
I like that, but I also think that your wife should have say for the children that you guys have together.
Of course she does. Well, she gets her trust and their trust. And she can run her trust and their trust, but she cannot run other trusts.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you put conditions for your children on like when they can access the funds?
Yep. Like if I am in a murderous scene, no distribution gets paid until it's.
If someone murders you?
If I'm murdered, no one gets a dime.
Shit. Is that because you're afraid your kids are going to murder you?
I'm making sure.
That's really smart of you.
Thank you. Because guess what?
People are crazy.
Well, maybe somebody gets married to one of my daughters and he's a thug or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
you've watched too much Dateline NBC.
No, I'm just too fucking cautious. All I'm saying.
No, I love it. I love it. That's how I am.
When you think to yourself, how many times people might get stupid. You try to put in protections. That's all. So
what happens though?
If I'm murdered, nobody gets anything until it's been solved, and then anybody innocent would get their distribution.
Dude, this is a freaking story. This is like a Lifetime movie right now.
You asked.
Man dies in Vegas, and then it's time to figure out who killed him. And then the children are all
killed.
This is like a
first of all, if I got
dinner
killed,
mystery. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Who done it? Was it the candlestick? Who was it?
It was your competition. It was other entrepreneurs.
If there was a beneficiary involved, they get clipped.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
See, well, I just taught a whole bunch of people like, damn, that's what I forgot.
That's good. Dude, I'm going to start using that for my clients.
I should have been a lawyer, I'm telling you.
You should have. It's not too late.
Dude, I'm telling you, I can debate a case.
Hey, listen, if Kim Kardashian can become a lawyer, you can become a lawyer.
Well, that's a fact.
That is a fact. If you want it to get controversial right now, I don't know if you're ready for it.
Let's roll, kid.
Okay. So,
how old are you?
35.
See, you're just a youngster.
I look good for 35. Yeah. I thought you were gonna. Do you think I look 35?
Yeah, you look young.
Okay,
I wouldn't have guessed you're 35. I might have said 30.
I take 30 vitamins a day.
See, 30 years old, 30 vitamins a day, and Carrie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. Carrie Kasem is
whatever.
She's the vitamin guru.
If Carrie points you out what vitamins to take, well then you take those.
Yeah, we go to the same doctor,
even though those vitamins may need to be injected.
Yeah, we go to the same doctor, so I take a lot of vitamins. But
I'm gonna fly down soon.
I heard you were gonna do something to your face. I heard it on Albert's show.
Well, I'm gonna go down and just tell Carrie.
Tell me what to do.
Tell me anything to do.
Yeah.
And I'll do it. Why? Because all she's going to talk about is fillers and shit like that, which I don't really get.
You don't need much in your face.
I'm not saying I do. All I'm saying is she looks amazing.
Yeah, for her age, she looks freaking hot.
So she's doing all the right shit, and she knows all the right people. So if you're going to go get the Botox and the filler or whatever you get to make yourself look better, I think Carrie's the one you want.
She's also very healthy, so she doesn't need any animal products.
You want her to tell you where to go and what to do. She
100%.
should start a whole. I don't know if she has a consulting firm for that.
I think she's doing that now. Yeah,
shit, dude, that's what I'm using. Carrie Kasem, folks. If you guys haven't heard of her, look her up. She's Casey Kasem's daughter, and her picture. She looks probably 30.
Yeah, she looks early 30s.
Yeah, and she's maybe even 50. I don't know if she's that
she's
old,
not 50.
But she's damn near.
No, she's not 50.
Oh, she's damn near.
Yeah, she's hot.
Carrie's probably saying, "Fuck you, I'm not."
Well, Carrie and I used to have a show together. I was covering her dad's story when was that goose chase where she couldn't access her father, and
and maybe that inspired the book.
A little bit. I mean, that's how we started working together, and then I interviewed her for my show. We had the same producer, and then we.
Well, wasn't it Casey's wife?
Yeah.
That basically is running him around.
Yeah, because she forged another healthcare directive to make medical decisions for him. And so she wouldn't allow the kids to see him in the hospital and took him out of the hospital. She's a crazy nut job.
That's not good.
So I was just attacking her every week on my show. And then Carrie came on as a guest. And then we just became fast friends and started a show together. And she does the Kasem Cares Foundation where she's trying to, provide visitation rights for family members that are being isolated. So it's amazing.
Right now, you're on the radio, 790 AM, KABC Talk Radio.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Brad Lee here in sunny Los Angeles, California.
With Naz Barouti.
78 degrees today. What's going on, Naz?
Well, if you want to get into the controversy, another reason I wrote this book, it was like during the height of the Me Too movement, and I was so sick and tired of like seeing, I don't know, just women becoming like these victims and like woos us and, like everyone's out to get us. And I was like, I'm just going to do something positive where I'm just going to give the control back to women. Because I thought that movement, initially it started, there was some potential for something positive to come out of it.
Yeah.
But I think it turned into a witch hunt. And I'm not, I was opposed to a lot of the shit that was happening.
Well, when you say a movement, I only heard a couple people ousted. Like, that's not a movement.
A couple?
Yeah, who got ousted?
Well, I feel like, yeah, major people, but you also don't
but
see
who got ousted?
Harvey Weinstein.
That's one person.
There was
How's that a movement?
Well, then a lot of other
I've had a bigger movement in the mornings.
Yeah. Well, whatever whatever you want to call it, whatever it turned into, a hashtag movement, because everyone starts these hashtags and it becomes a movement, as you say.
I know, but do you think that it's possible that media hyped up the big, oh my God, there's a movement? There's no movement. Like one dude got called out and a couple of others. Like, dude, it was just a bunch of people saying, you know what, I probably got something happened to me when I was working for some jerk.
But you know what, Brad? It changed the culture where I feel like it didn't advance women at all. Now I just feel like men don't want to work with women. Because it's a liability now.
I know, but let's say I'm not speaking for men in general.
Okay.
But what I would say is employers don't want to employ people who are going to cause problems with
high risk
bullshit lawsuits just because someone can get paid $10,000 to go away. Like, I've literally been told it's easier to give them $10,000 and let them go away because it'll cost you $150,000 to defend yourself and be proven correct.
But that's bullshit that it even comes to that point.
Thank you.
It's bullshit.
Thank you. But that's what it's come to.
Yeah, and I hate that. And I think that a lot of and I'm
You know what I think? I think if you file a frivolous lawsuit and lose, you owe the other person.
You usually do, but it's very hard
Not
to
unless they're countersued.
Yeah. But
because someone was suing Lightspeed one time. I didn't do shit, by the way. But someone was suing Lightspeed, and I'm like, what? So after all the lawyers in the world, they're like, dude, you're going to basically stretch this thing out a year and a half, spend $200,000, and then they're going to lose, and you're going to be out $200,000 a winner. Or you can give them $10,000, and they'll go away right now. Who's the winner?
You
and
are.
I'm like, fucking let them have it.
Well, you know what?
That's bogus.
You have good attorneys that actually advise you like that, because there are a lot of attorneys that be like, no, let's take it to trial, because they'll touch on your hot
they'll make
points.
$200.
Yeah, I mean, they make more money when you take it to trial, but you have great attorneys, so you keep those people very close to you.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's bullshit. I think that we have created a culture where a woman can say anything and it goes.
So who did it? Let's go pop them in the forehead.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
Me either.
People lose.
Let's start a movement.
Their life, yeah.
I'm pissed. Me too. Me too. This is the new Me Too. I'm pissed. Me too.
I'm just over all the hype of
tired
these
of getting
hashtags.
fucked over with loopholes and contracts. Me too.
Yeah.
Let's start the new Me Too.
Yeah, the Me Too of us getting screwed over. The real victims.
Let's just do it Roman numerals, though. Not TOO. Let's just go Me Too Roman numerals.
You should start that.
Let's do it. And it means we got fucked in a contract.
Yeah. We should do it.
You know what I always tell people? I don't like to screw people over, but I like to be in the position to.
Yeah, you want
Is
the
that
power.
weird?
You like power.
Yeah, but I don't screw people over, but I love to be in the position to.
You know what I like about you?
Nothing?
No. What I really like about you, and I think it should be acknowledged, is like you call people out on their like bullshit.
Thank you.
And I feel like we need more women like that, because women are
yes, we
very
do. Carrie
careful.
will do it. You will do it.
We're like.
I know a bunch of women that'll do it. Sherry Levitin will do it. Like, I know a bunch of, my wife will do it. Nah, my wife's actually probably wouldn't do it. She'd be all polite and keep her mouth shut for a minute. But as soon as we got away from that person, she'd say that some bitch is but.
But we need more people to do it openly on social media.
I agree. Ellen will do it.
Who?
Ellen
DeGeneres?
Yeah.
Really?
I love Ellen.
She got so much shit because she was being nice to Bush.
Who doesn't love Ellen? Who cares? So she was being nice to Bush. Who cares?
Yeah, but then she
Are you a Democrat too?
No, hell no. But she issued an apology for even communicating with a former president. Like, what kind of fucked up culture do we live in that you have to apologize for being nice to a former president? It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah. Well.
I mean, I think we live in one of the greatest countries in the world, and I can say that because I'm not from this country. So the opportunity.
Where are you from?
I'm from Iran. I was
born there. When were you born?
1984.
And you came here when?
I was 3.
Okay, so you're a fucking American.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. There are a lot of people that I know that came here at the same age as me, and they're very loyal to, their homeland, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, dude, do you realize we live in the greatest country on earth? Like,
do we?
I don't.
Have you been to Lake Como, Italy?
Dude, yes, it's great to relax when you have all the time in the world, but I'm talking about opportunities. I'm talking about
But have you lived in every country in the world?
No.
So how do you know that?
I'm talking about opportunity-wise. You think that you're going to have the same opportunities in Lake Como that you are in Las Vegas?
Nas, go in my office. I got a flag. I'm a patriot. I agree with you.
Yes.
I love the United States of America.
Okay.
However, when I hear people say, it's the greatest country on earth, who knows that for sure? I've heard Norway's fucking cool.
Then I want you to go live in Iran right now and see how you feel.
I didn't say we're the worst in the fucking world. I ain't going to Iran or any place they chop your head off because you fucking did something. Like at the end of the day, like if you're barbaric and shit, I'm not coming to your country.
I'm telling you from my point of view of like my background.
I know, but have you been to Lake Como, Italy?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's unbelievable, and the food there is fucking amazing. And let me tell you something: people that go there with like lactose intolerance can eat the cheese.
Yeah, I know.
Milk.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why can people?
Because we don't put they don't put chemicals in their shit.
So they aren't putting chemicals in their fucking shit. So how are we the best country on earth if we're putting chemicals in our shit? Because we have so many opportunities.
Do you
believe we're making people sick on purpose?
I mean, now we're going to get into the controversy of like chemtrails and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, that's conspiracy, not controversy. Controversy is do you believe?
Yeah, they're putting chemicals in our shit. Yeah, but
I think
we have enough
medicine. Yes, or no?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, so how come they don't do that in Italy?
Well, because the pharmaceutical companies don't have a stronghold over the government there.
Okay, so what makes the United States the best country in the world to live in?
Yeah, because we have access to so much information. You're just a dumbass if you don't know what's in McDonald's. I'm just
testing you. I agree. I was just testing you.
No,
Make sure you're fighting for the United States.
I'm not gonna back down.
Hey, by the way,
not an infidel.
All my listeners, listen. I love every country.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. The other day I said Canada doesn't have a military. I was joking because obviously they have.
People got pissed. The Canadians came after you.
Oh, dude, a bunch of Canadians were MFing me on social media, and I started laughing. I'm like, dude, first of all, I love Canada. Like, dude, Vancouver's cool as shit. Number two, all I said was I'd lift the wall and unite us and not consider us two countries. I would literally take Canada. And then they said, well, what do you mean take Canada? I'm like, it's almost like we're picking Canada. No, it's like we're picking teams on a sports team. Like, I'll take Naz. It doesn't mean I'm going to, I own Naz.
Yeah.
They took it wrong. And all I said is I'd take Canada. I'd take Mexico.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even think about it. Like right now, if I were president of the United States, I would take Mexico. And I would take Canada. And everyone started going, what do you mean you'd take us? Like, you son of a bitch.
Oh, my God.
Well, first of all,
too much time on their hands.
Well, then I was joking. So I'm like, well, first of all, Canada doesn't even have an army. And they started laughing. But I think their total military is like 68, 70,000 people. That's like a police force in the United States. So at the end of the day, I was joking. But I love Canada. I love Japan. I love Italy. Dare I say, Middle East.
You probably like Dubai, the United Emirates.
I went to Dubai. I like Dubai, but I don't want to be anywhere in the Middle East for one reason.
The heat?
No, the barbaric.
Yeah.
The medieval bullshit.
But I thought America was going to fix Afghanistan and Iraq. What happened?
No, we're over there for oil. But what scares me is they could come up to you and grab you and chop your head off in the public.
I think that you're watching too much Fox News with that. Are you nuts? No, I'm not.
Go Google.
No.
Shit that's happening.
I mean, it depends on what countries you're talking about.
Especially if it's surreal.
Dude, it's happening in the UK right now.
If you were in certain places, you wouldn't even be allowed to talk.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm here.
Someone would come up to you and say, shut up.
My dad saw me when I was born and was like, shit, I got to get the hell out of here. This girl has a mouth on her.
See, again, your dad knows.
My dad's a smart man.
Okay, well, that's my point. So there's not anywhere I would go that treats people like that, and it's class. Okay.
Yeah.
Because to me, people always say, am I religious? Do I believe in God? I say, I'm not religious, but I do believe in God. And they start asking questions, and they say, how? And I say, you want to see proof that there's a God? Look at a female. Like,
yeah, we're pretty powerful.
Who made the female?
Yeah.
That, my friend, must have been a god.
Yeah.
See? Now,
dude, you just got like 200 points with all those people that hated you.
All right, good. Well, it's true.
I don't know. It's not. I don't know how long it's going to last, but.
No, females are perfect. And now take a look at a male, and then it's like female.
Are you talking about just like reproductive?
No, I'm talking about
reproductively, or just like the beauty of a woman.
The beauty of a woman.
Okay.
The beauty of a woman. The perfection of a woman. Like a man right? Ugh.
I don't know if I would say ugh.
Well, I would.
Well, yeah, because you don't look at through the lens of a
All
woman.
I'm saying is a man's cool, right?
Yeah.
But the female,
yeah.
what a creature that is.
Yeah, we're pretty badass.
Yeah, and I would venture to say smarter than most men. However, when people say like, well, how do you explain the gender gap? I explain it like Jordan Peterson does. I think you guys are more agreeable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, where we need more women to push back and speak up.
Now, see, I'm not going to promote that.
Why?
Because then we'd have just a whole world full of bitches.
Yeah, maybe.
However,
we need more bitches
if
in
all
this
the
world.
bitches liked me and I was in with the bitches, I'd be cool with it.
You know, people are going to give me so much shit right now that I let you call women bitches, but
Dude, I'm joking.
But I know what your intent is.
Dude, there's men that are bitches.
Yeah.
A bitch, believe it or not, has nothing to do with female gender unless you're talking about a bitch, which I don't even know why female dogs are called bitches, but they are.
But this is my point. I think that we've created a youth where they're sensitive about everything. I mean, what the hell is safe zones now on college campuses?
Is there one?
Yeah. I mean, I went to Catholic school my whole life. My family's not Catholic. And then my dad dropped me in the middle of UC Berkeley. So you could just imagine
that's where they riot and
the
shit.
fear that I had. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why are people asking for like money for weed? I didn't understand any of that. And
have you ever smoked weed?
Are we on the air? No, I have not. No, I'm a very healthy, organic person. No, but this is my point.
Weed is organic.
I don't like any chemicals in my body.
It's not a chemical. It's a plant.
Whatever it is.
You
I don't
ate rhubarb
I don't
before,
like
haven't you?
anything where
have you
I
had rhubarb?
No.
Have you had broccoli?
Yes.
Asparagus?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Well, I don't like anything that's going to mellow me out.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like that.
What if life mellowed you out?
Life will never mellow me out.
You may not want to go to a float tank.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
You want to be amped up?
Yeah.
Well, then have you tried Coke?
No.
Meth?
I don't need to. I'm naturally crazy.
Have you tried a Red Bull?
I don't like Red Bull.
5 Hour Energy?
No.
You're just naturally
I'm naturally
amped?
crazy. Yeah.
So basically you don't know the spectrum in which amp can go. So you
coffee
think you're amped.
amps me.
Caffeine?
Yes.
Oh, so you do drugs.
Caffeine is not a drug.
Caffeine is a drug.
The FDA categorizes it as a drug.
Alcohol's a drug.
I don't drink.
You don't drink at all? I'm thinking
Once in a while. I love...
See, she just backpedaled, kids.
Once in a while. I love Japanese whiskey.
I'm thinking about not drinking anymore.
I mean, yeah, you're getting older up in age, and it's just...
Not only that, but like I wake up sore, and I didn't even do anything, but I'm like, it feels like I worked out really hard.
Your body's telling you no more.
It's poison.
Yeah.
And not only that, I've never woke up after a night out of being hammered with better friends and more money and like good positive things. It's always the opposite.
Yeah.
I always wake up and be like, I spent what? I said what to who? And then I got to go around apologizing and all this bullshit. And it's like, dude, alcohol's not very good.
No. I don't like anything that's not going to allow me to be myself, my true
full self.
Yeah.
And more importantly, Naz,
What?
to be screwed over. I think deep down you have this huge problem with being screwed over, which tells me at some point I think you got screwed over, didn't you?
In what sense?
I don't know.
In what? How much time do we have, Brad?
Plenty. We're both bosses.
I think that I've gotten screwed over in the sense that I get rejected because of my success, and that really bothers me. Screwed over in the sense of like contracts and dealings. No, I can run circles around. Like people cannot screw me over in that sense.
So you just don't like the fact people are not giving you enough credit for the success you've achieved.
No, not credit. I think that if you want to talk on a deeper level, romantic relationship wise, I get screwed over because they're not okay with my success.
So you're meeting people that have a problem with your success.
Yes.
So
and that's very hard. It's very hard to find. Have you been to LA?
Do you know? Well, see again, but you just said it's very hard to find, which is why it's very hard to find, because you believe it's very hard to find. I don't believe in limitations. I think you should try that and start to say, it's not hard to find a wonderful person that is not intimidated by my success, and watch, you'll start seeing hundreds of them, because you have what's called a reticular activator system in your head. And right now they're not on your radar because you're saying there aren't any. So they're just not there because your subconscious mind is there to make you correct. So when you're like, it's very hard to find someone. Okay. I'll make you correct. So
that's true. It's the energy that I'm putting out in the universe.
Exactly.
But you don't think that
I think you need to
people on your level, my level, it's very rare to find people like us?
I think I'm a unique individual and so are you. But I think there's plenty of other unique individuals out there that have good ethics and habits and shit like that.
Let me tell you something else. I won't name the person. I was just on someone else's show, and he asked me, he's like, and I'll tell you off air who it was because they know you. And he asked me, he's like, "Are you single?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Yeah, I would be scared to date you. Even if like you were making a penny more than me, I wouldn't be okay. I would need to make a penny more than you." Like as a man.
I should open up a counseling office for those people.
And I feel like men are naturally hunters and they want to be providers.
We are.
And that's something that you can't get rid of.
You don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, and I don't want a man to give that up. However, they're not okay if I have just a little bit more. I've had a man tell me that.
You have a little more.
Really?
Oh my God. If my wife could have more than me, I would be in such heaven.
But Brad, it's because you already built an empire on your own.
No, it isn't.
I had a man make a pros and cons list of dating me. And one of the cons was I make more money than him.
I don't care. That guy's a fool. I'm telling you right now.
I hope he watches this. Tell him again.
Dude, you're a straight fool. At the end of the day, I wish I could like sleep on a couch.
Yeah.
During the day and play Xbox and play.
No, I don't want to date a loser.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
If my wife had millions of dollars and gave me millions of dollars because she loves me. That's all she needs to do is love me. I don't care why she's doing it. She just loves me.
Yeah.
Maybe I do it right. All I'm saying is she gives it to me and she works and she's a movie star, whatever she is to make all this money. Her daddy gave it to her. I don't give a fuck. I'd be in such happiness I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
And I could be nothing, like zero, like she could say, "You don't even work," and I'd be like, "I know, isn't that great?" But when she came home, I'd rub her back. I'd have her slippers
rubber
ready.
feet.
I'd have a fucking bath ready.
Yeah.
There'd be rose petals leading all the way to the bedroom. Like I'd be doing every single thing I could do to keep her loving me.
Well, let me ask you a question. Which one of these women would you prefer, these scenarios? And be honest. A woman who wants to build with you and is just as much as a go-getter as you, but like gives a lot of pushback, or a woman that is, stays at home, agrees to everything you say, has, cleans, cooks, does everything you want, and doesn't interfere in your business.
You want my answer?
Yeah.
Both.
That's honest.
Yeah, I'd want both.
Do you think both of that exists in a woman? That they could be both?
Sure.
Yeah.
If almost like the character Angelina Jolie plays in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like
she's a badass.
Brad Pitt married her.
Yeah. Well,
just from filming that movie with her.
I know, they fell in love on that.
And blew out Jennifer.
Yeah.
Who's not a shabby deal.
But there's got to be something that was missing in that spark, that passion.
Yeah.
It was
what was
dead.
missing is freaking that power side of a woman.
Yeah.
Jennifer didn't have that kick-ass
she was the safe option.
That's right.
Men, but usually
now Angelina's gone.
Yeah.
And now Brad's looking for Jen. You know why? Because what Brad wanted was both. And if he was a stud, he would have closed both. He would have been married to Jennifer and Angelina.
Well, I think 9 out of 10 times men pick the safe route.
Yeah.
They pick the safe option and then they're not happy and they end up cheating.
I would have had them both. That's all I'm saying. Because you know what? There is something nice about coming home and having someone there, but you can also hire a house staff for that.
Yeah.
So like, listen, I don't need my wife to be home cooking dinner and taking care of the kids. I don't need her to do it, but I also don't need her running around cheating. Yeah. I don't need her running around at the country club making rumors when I'm not around because now I'm embarrassed on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like if she's not working, well then her teammate duties would be manage these things while I'm doing these things so collectively we can have these things.
Yeah.
That's all.
How would you feel if she said...
But let me finish.
Yeah.
But if it was reversed, where my wife was the moneymaker, I would be home holding down the fort.
Yeah.
And I would not feel... I wouldn't let my friends make me feel stupid because when my wife came home, like, oh, sorry, guys, my wife's coming home. Oh, you pussy whip motherfucker. Yes.
Yeah.
I am pussy whipped big time. Why? Because she is providing every need and whim and wish that I have. She deserves all my attention when she's home. So see you punks later. I wouldn't let them
That's great. I mean, you're a confident man. You're a confident man. How would you feel if she said, you know what, honey, I wanna see what you do here all day. I want to be part of this.
Here?
Yeah.
I'd say fabulous. Show
really?
up.
I love that. We should call her and you should ask her, do you want to start tomorrow?
No, she doesn't want to start tomorrow. She's got shit to do.
What if you had a whole team and a staff that would do all that shit for her?
Too much to bring her up to speed. She don't need to be here.
This is a light speed.
She don't need to be here.
You could bring her up to light speed.
She doesn't need to be, nor does she want to be.
But what if she wanted to? Maybe she doesn't know she wants to.
No, what deep down she wanted, she has.
That's amazing.
Now, if she changed her mind, then she hasn't told me.
Okay.
Want me to call her and see?
Yeah, call her.
Let me just see. All right, I'll try. Let's see what she has to say. This is great. Let's see what Melissa says. Melissa. Where's old Melissa? All right, let's see. Oh, that's FaceTime. We don't want FaceTime. Whoop. What am I doing here?
I got to get you one of these so your thumb doesn't hurt when you hold your phone.
No, I got one of these.
That's better?
Way better.
Hello?
Hey, babe.
Hi, babe.
What's going down?
Nothing. Katie and I are just at the Golden Knight shop.
Oh, la-di-da. La-di-da-di. Who likes to party? Hey, quick question. Is there a private signing with a bunch of athletes in the gym or in the locker room?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, perfect. Then that's good. Hey, listen, I'm sitting here doing a podcast with a lady by the name of Naz Barouti, and she's a lawyer, and she wrote a book called Love, Death, and Money, a woman's guide to making sure she's legally protected and got her shit in order so nobody can screw her. And I said, well, shit, my wife should read that book. She said, oh, you probably don't want your wife to read this book.
Why is that?
Yeah. Well, because I'll educate you, and most men don't want their wives educated.
Oh.
Do you think I want you educated?
Yes.
Do I always try to educate you?
So I have to choose. Yes.
Do I make you listen to books and shit?
Yeah, every day in the car.
What's the last one?
Instead of country music.
Instead of country music. Like, you just want country music. You don't want to listen to fucking, 48 Laws of Power, do you?
No.
Now, listen, when we got married, Boo, or before we got married, and I said, what do you want, Boo Boo? I'll get you anything in the world. What'd you say you wanted?
A baby.
And
an Escalade.
and did you have a baby in an Escalade?
I did. I got two.
Okay.
2 Escalades, 2 babies.
Yeah, and a Range Rover.
That's a deal.
So, babe, would you say that you don't have everything you want?
No.
Would you say you have everything you want?
Yeah.
So have I given you everything I said I would?
Yes.
There, Naz.
This
what
is
you got
coercion.
To say to
I didn't ask you to ask those questions.
She says it's coercion. Leading the witness.
No, ask her if she would ever want to work with you.
She can hear you. Oh, yeah. So, babe, would you want to come in here and work with me every day at Lightspeed?
It's benefited.
You're breaking up? Are you heading in the locker room?
But
if it benefited her.
Probably not. Like, I'd rather just be at home and take care of the kids.
Oh, I love your. I want to be friends with you. You're awesome.
She said she wants to be friends with you. Can you hear her talking?
Kind of. We can be friends. We can be besties.
Yay! I want to go to the hockey games with you guys.
You know where she'll be.
Yeah, in the locker room.
At home, taking care of the kids. But although she's calling me from the Golden Knights Armory,
be in a locker room.
and more than likely, she's going to some locker room tour.
Tell her to find me a husband.
Naz said, find her a husband. But you better find a strong one, because like a weak one's not going to make it.
No, they won't last.
She's too powerful.
Well, yeah. She's also friends with Carrie Kasem.
Oh, I like Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie's our advisor on health and beauty.
Yeah.
And now Naz can be our lawyer, but she thinks that,
She's my bestie.
Yeah, she thinks that most women, and that's why I called you, because I said not mine. Mine wants to be home. She doesn't want to be at work. She doesn't want to do things. She wants to be at home. Now I'm sure you'd like to be at home with a bigger staff.
All the woman empowerment shit.
See?
I love it. No, but I love that. I love that honesty.
Say it again, boo. Say it again.
I said I'm not for all the woman empowerment shit.
I love you for saying that and being authentic, because we need more women that can pick a side and stick to it.
I want my man in charge.
Ooh,
Hey.
Ooh la la.
You just got a bomb, girl. You just got a bomb.
I love it.
All right, well, listen, Melissa, stay out of the locker room. I'll see you when I get home. There better be some motherfucking dinner ready.
And a pie.
There better be some motherfucking dinner ready.
And an apple pie.
You know what I'm saying? Kids better be...
He's on keto today. I can't make apple pie.
You know, I haven't eaten anything today, boo.
Well, I'll make keto apple pie. How about that?
All right, cool. All right, stay out of the locker room. Love you.
All right, love
See
you.
ya.
I love that.
Now, see?
I love that.
See?
And this was not scripted at all.
No, it ain't scripted.
No.
It's like, you know, sometimes I'll call her with a bunch of dudes around, just joking, and I'll
Yeah.
say, babe, who the fuck's in charge? And she'll roll her eyes. I know she's rolling her eyes, but she's on the phone, and she'll be like, you are. And she knows all I'm doing is showing off. But that's the thing about me. If people know me, they know I'm joking. I don't think I'm any better.
But I like that kind of relationship.
I know, but I don't think I'm better than her.
No, I know you don't.
I don't think... in fact, I think she's better than me. I think she is better than me. I think, like the other day, here's what's funny. We have friends. One of my friends is married to her friend, and she's my friend too, and she's a really pretty girl. And
Is this the friends you went to Cabo with? Because I watch your shit.
probably.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I said something about watching a show. Someone brought up, what shows are you watching? And I'm like, fucking Ray Donovan's an awesome show.
Mm-hmm.
And then his wife said, or some fucking insinuation that he's hot, right?
Okay.
And I said, dude, that would bother me. And I said it in front of everybody because my wife knows, like, that bothers me. I'm insecure, I guess. But I said, dude, that would bother me. And he goes, what? I don't care. He goes, that means I'd have Jennifer Lopez. And I'm like, no, dude. What are you talking about? He goes, well, if she wants that guy, then that means I can have Jennifer Lopez. And I'm like, yeah, dude, but the difference is she can have that guy. And you cannot have Jennifer Lopez. So you guys can play all the games you want. A female can actually go get her dream man.
Yeah.
Like, again, any male hetero movie star will probably bang any hot girl. The question is where did you meet them? No, they're not going to go bang you at the bathroom. And but guess what? You run into Brad Pitt or whoever's your dude in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Realistically, they'll probably throw down with you.
I mean,
a female's not the case. Like,
yeah.
Women are not like that. Most women are not like
No.
that. You can be I love Juliana Huff. Is that her name? Huff?
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't mean I'm going to meet Juliana Huff and she's going to let me do it. But guess what? That is true for most movie star men. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah, 100%. Because I've had celebrities and
men,
athletes ask me out.
Because men just want to hump and women want to feel.
Yeah, we want to build. We want companionship.
Emotions.
Yeah.
You want substance.
Yeah.
You don't just want sex.
But that's
which
what
is
happens.
weird too, because when most people cheat, believe it or not, it's not the sex that they're cheating
It's the
for.
mental stimulation.
It's right. It's because you're not going home and you're not paying attention to her. And when you go home and you watch TV and you're exhausted, because I know how you feel. You're exhausted. You worked all day.
Yeah.
You want to go home. Now you just want to watch a little TV, make no decisions. And now your wife's sitting over there scheming on you because you're not paying attention to her. And you're thinking, son of a bitch, I work all day. Can I just watch a little fucking TV?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? No, you can't.
Nope.
Because guess what? While you're watching TV, the neighbor
She's
is
texting
watching
the neighbor,
your wife.
the pool boy.
That's right. And next thing you know, dude, buns up and screaming over what? Because you didn't come home and pay a little attention to her. So guess what? Don't let your day end when you get home.
No.
Act like you still got to do some work.
You still got to date.
Because
even if
good
you're married.
relationships take work.
Yeah. That deserves 2 bombs. 2 bombs. Well, let me ask you something. You said something earlier that women are smarter than men. Did you say
well,
something like
again,
that?
I mean, there's
do
always...
Do you think that's what it is? Or do you think that women we're just better at multitasking? You guys suck at multitasking.
Well, I think you're generalizing.
Yeah, I like to generalize because most of these
So when you say
generalizations are
you
true.
guys, myself, I agree.
Yeah.
Other men, I don't agree. Like
I
there's
haven't
all
met a
kinds
man that is good at multitasking.
Well, then you haven't met very many men.
I've met a lot of men in my
No.
35 years.
Well,
90% of my
come on.
clients are men.
Do you realize that 72% of statistics are made up on the spot?
Yeah, I just made that up.
See? Do you know 10 out of 7 people don't understand fractions?
You made that up too.
10 out of 7.
10 out of 7?
See,
that doesn't make sense.
you
You
just
said
got it.
You said 7 out of 10.
No, I didn't.
I swear I heard you
I
say
got
7
the
out
tape.
of 10.
You want to make a wager?
No, it's okay.
All right.
I'll
See,
trust you.
you just keep letting me win. See, that's why girls are smarter.
No. I pick my battles.
Yeah, but that's why girls are smarter.
Yeah.
Men are...
You guys have to win at everything.
Exactly.
Again, another generalization.
Men are not as advanced when it comes to high-level intelligence. Like, I'll argue something that means nothing, but because I want to be right. My wife, she won't argue over stupid shit.
Well, it's your ego. It's your pride.
I know, but like, I've had a wife before her that wanted to argue over stupid shit. I wanted to be right. She wanted to be right.
What's your sign, Brad?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. What's your current wife's sign?
I don't know.
What month was she
Leo,
born?
maybe?
Oh, I'm a Leo.
She's a she
She
born,
July or June?
No.
August?
Nope. She's born 3.
She's March.
Yeah.
She's an Aries?
She's an Aries then.
Maybe, possibly. What was your ex-wife?
I don't know. I don't know all that stupid shit.
I think there's some truth to signs.
So do I.
And getting along with people. I'm a Leo to a T.
I wonder what she is. So what's your question though?
My question was, do you think women are smarter than men?
I think in general, women are more sly and intelligent and devious and diabolical and intelligent than men. Yes. Like men are not that bright.
Yeah.
Now, when I say men in general, there's a lot of them that are very bright. And I don't know if there's the smartest man in the world and the smartest woman in the world who'd be smarter. I don't think because you're a woman, it makes you smarter. I think in general, women are generally smarter than men because they don't fight. They get pretty. They wear makeup. And the smart ones, the real smart ones, end up running and controlling the man anyway. And to me, that's the smart one. Like, for example, who's smart, a dog or a human?
A human.
Well, then why do we walk around picking up their shit? Like, for example, if an alien looked down at our planet and saw a human being walking a dog on a leash and the
That's
dog
just common
take
courtesy.
a shit.
I don't think that's because we're trying to help the dog out.
The dog took a shit and the human being scooped it up and walked behind the dog taking a shit. You would think, as an alien, that the dog has a human.
Maybe, yeah, possibly.
I would. I'd be like, why is that one picking up the other one's feces? Ooh.
Oh, that's pretty gross.
They must
Never
have
thought about
to do
it
that.
way.
So in that case, who's smarter, a human or a dog? Well, obviously a human's smarter. So I could be dead wrong when I'm saying in general. My observation tells me women are a little bit smarter.
Yeah.
I think so.
I like that. I think there's different kinds of smart. I think there are people that are book smart, and then I think there are people like you and me. We're people smart. We know how to read people. We know our audience.
Is that our EQ?
Yeah.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
If you didn't know me and you heard this interview, am I chauvinistic?
No, absolutely not.
Am I the opposite?
You're yourself.
Who's going to hate me for this?
Women are going to hate you, but women are also going to hate me.
But women are going to hate me for what?
You're cursing, talking about sex, being aggressive, saying bitch, that kind of stuff.
I know, but I'm talking about bitch in general, meaning there's dudes
no, but I'm saying
like,
women are going to hear that and think it's directed towards them.
Well, not if they keep listening because I'm clarifying. And if they want to get pissed even after I clarify, well, then that's their stupidity.
But that's what I'm saying. You can clarify till, you're blue in the face. People are going to have...
But with the clarity and the clarification,
they still
do
won't
I sound chauvinistic?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Because I'm not chauvinistic. Like, I think women are beautiful and they're lovely and they're sweet and they're awesome. However, most are not as strong as men, right? So men should have hunter-gatherer roles.
Yes.
And women should not. Now, if a woman says, fuck that, I want to go out in the business world, that's not hunting and gathering as I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you're at a bar and some dude comes up and one of you has to fight. Who should fight?
A guy or a woman? You're asking? My man better be fighting.
Exactly. The man's supposed to fight. Who takes out garbage?
The man.
That's right. The man takes the fuck out garbage. Who should buy dinner?
The man, I have a problem with this.
Listen,
though.
the man should buy dinner.
But
now,
I have such a problem with that.
If I had no money and the woman wanted to buy dinner, goddamn, I'd let her. I swear to you, I'd let
No,
her. And
I
not
agree
only
with
that,
you.
I prefer she
I
buy
agree
dinner.
with you, but I think
I'll save my money.
I think the problem is with a lot of women that are successful, and maybe Carrie can attest to this, is like we're so used to doing everything on our own. We don't know any other way. So like I want to have that dynamic.
If you met a guy and they went out to dinner and he reached for the bill, you're not going to let him?
I always offer.
Offer what?
I offer to pay, and I like to pay. I feel weird when a man pays for me.
If a guy doesn't pay, you should have an eyebrow up. Ladies, pay attention to what I'm saying.
100%.
Ladies, pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay? If your man does not pay for your meal, you should be suspicious on whether or not that's a good man. Now, again, I'm not saying that there is no good man that won't pay for a meal, but I am saying it's mighty suspicious if a good man refuses to pay for your meal.
I agree with you. I feel uncomfortable when a man pays because I don't know. I'm just so used to like being in charge.
I wouldn't feel uncomfortable if you paid.
Well, because we're friends. We're not we're not going out on a date.
If we were going on a date romantically, I don't care. I would want to establish who makes more money.
But that just because someone pays for a meal doesn't mean they're making more money.
If we're going to get serious in a relationship, who makes more money definitely fucking matters.
See, that's what I was telling you. So it does matter for men.
Of course it matters. But I don't care who it is as long as it's established.
But your choice is not going to be to not date someone because they're making more money than you.
I would prefer to date someone making more money than me.
That's so rare to find.
Dude, if I could find a girl that makes more money than me and she would marry me and love me, I would be fucking stoked.
Well, I went out on a date once and the guy was like ready to have kids like right away and wanted to get married.
Well, that's because he was smart. He's like, this chick has money.
Yeah, no, just in general. It could have been with anyone. But then I was like, this is what I want to build. This is my like plan for the next 5 years. And he's like, you've reached enough success. You should be done.
Why? What do you have? Are you like worth a couple $100 billion or something?
No, I just paid the bill and I left at that point. I was like, fuck this guy.
Know,
like, no one's going to tell me.
You're making it sound like you got $1 billion or something.
No, I mean, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But maybe we should talk after this.
Let's go see if
Let's
Melissa's
go buy
in the
a
locker
casino.
room or not. Well, if Melissa's not in the locker room and you want to get married, shit.
We could go to the little white chapel.
Hey, as long as you can protect, you can teach.
We could sign a prenup before we.
No
do this.
prenups. Are we going to build together or not?
Oh, now you want to build together?
That's
no,
right.
It's not that. I just think that I've done a lot for my age and as a woman, and I think that a lot of people they have a hard time with it.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you need to quit thinking that.
They're telling me. It's not me
You're talking
thinking
to the
about
wrong
it.
People, Naz. You're talking to the wrong people.
All right, well, Brad, I just have to move to Las Vegas.
Well, no, definitely not here. Okay? maybe like Montana or
No, but I
shit.
want to move here because I want to take the bar here. There's a big baby boomer population that needs estate planning. So I definitely want to monetize on that.
Oh, yeah. Here in Florida.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for the oldies.
Yeah.
But listen, nowadays, there's a lot of richies coming up.
Yep.
And they're all young. Why? Because the internet has opened up a new territory of revenue, which is ridiculous. You see 14-year-olds making millions. You see 7-year-olds making millions. People are like, what do you mean? Dude, there are kids on YouTube getting millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars because their videos get watched by other kids.
I know. I have a meeting with one tomorrow and their financial advisor who advised this 18-year-old that you don't need an estate plan. Everything transfers automatically to your mom.
That's stupid.
It's stupid. She's making $2 million a year. She's 18 years old. She's a YouTube influencer. And I have to sit down with her and explain
it's not
to her.
Suede Brooks, is it?
No, I can't tell you who it is. I'll tell you.
All right. Well, listen, folks, pay attention to what I'm telling you right now. If you're in a relationship and you feel like you are not quite sure what would happen if your other person died, male or female, and you want to know, I'll bet you this book, take out the word women, put in the word person. I'll bet you the book teaches anyone how to be aware and get your shit in order. She's just leaning it towards the women because she's one of those go team,
It's branding, man.
Yeah, it's branding. and not only that, but you know what? You should turn around. And
I'm writing a book for men next.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Now you got, look, women, I'll tell you what to do. Men, I'll tell you what to do. Here, and I'll bet you your men book would sell more.
100%.
Because you know what's funny about women? Only the ones that are like, the ones you shouldn't be marrying are the ones worried about who's getting what if this ends.
Yeah. The good ones that don't care about this stuff.
In my opinion, you shouldn't be marrying the ones that are worried about what you're getting. And quite frankly, you shouldn't be marrying a dude that's worried about what you're going to take if you leave. Because quite frankly, I want my wife, if anything should happen, including she cheated on me. I want her to leave with what she deserves. Now, there's the key word.
Deserves.
Deserves. If she cheated, she doesn't deserve shit.
Really?
Fuck her.
Really?
No, other than what we built together.
Yeah.
That's the difference. See, again, if I bring $100 million,
yeah,
we were married 10 years.
And she helped you build.
She cheats, and we were chewing through the $100 million. I quit working. We just traveled the world. We never did anything. We then made no money. Matter of fact, I was down to 62. Mm-hmm. I was down to 62 million. She lived like a champ for 10 years, and then she cheated. Anything that we bought, like jewelry and watches and clothes and, cars, if we own them, take half, which is half of what we spent because if we bought possessions. She could take those. She just can't touch the 62 million. Why? She cheated. She violated our agreement to be monogamous and to love each other.
Good luck
and
convincing
blah, 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 blah.
a judge that.
I know, but that's why I personally
sign the post-nup.
I know, but watch this. Personally, I give great advice. I don't always take it. Like, again, I think you should not drink. I drink. I think you should not eat like shit. I eat like shit sometimes. I give better advice than I take.
I think we all do.
Okay, so here's my advice. Don't get married.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Don't
feel get
like
married.
I don't think you should get married if you're not planning on having kids.
I don't think you should get married, period. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it means, the only thing it means is that the state and a lawyer has to be involved when you decide to separate. And it should not be that way.
Yeah, but I think a lot of women have this misconception. If you get a man to marry you on paper, there's like a security blanket. And a man's going to leave you whether you're legally married or not if they want to leave. They're going to cheat on you.
So what's a marriage then?
It's a union between two people and agree. No, but I agree with you.
Exactly.
In
you can
regards
do that
to
without. You can do that without filing with the state.
Yeah, but women want security.
I know, but imagine if you went through a wedding, everybody came, everybody left, and you didn't turn in that piece of paper with the state.
Yeah.
Would you be married?
Not in the eyes of the state, no.
Correct, which makes you not married.
Yeah.
Okay, so the state determines if you're married or not.
Well, we have laws and regulations.
Doesn't matter. I'm talking about people are getting married in church because
people do
God
it all the time.
And all this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you get married in church and don't turn the certificate into the state, you're not actually
married.
married.
Well, let me tell you something. It might not apply for someone like you, but someone that wants to be on the same insurance as their spouse or wants to get Social Security benefits, you better be married.
Legally
married.
Okay, so again, that's the sacrifice you're making. Hey, I want all these benefits for being married, so I'm going to have to put up with interference when I get unmarried, if I get unmarried.
Life is not fair, Brad.
So you know what my recommendation would be?
Don't get married.
Don't get married, kids. Like, people might hate me for saying that, but guess what? My advice is I would not be married. They're going to, you're married. I know. My wife was a little bit younger, wanted to be married. I already got a divorce once, so guess what?
Well, that's great that you can give up on it.
My whole never get divorced thing was already shattered.
Yeah.
So now what's another one? Like,
yeah, but most men don't think like you. Most men are like, shit, I've already been married. I got a divorce. I already have kids. I'm just going to be with a partner. But what made you want to have that?
She was younger.
Yeah.
And younger that has never been married without any kids.
Yeah, she wouldn't be okay with it.
Some.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have stayed with me if I
would
wasn't
not have.
agreeing to
no
give
way.
her a dream of being married with babies.
No, like she just said, the baby in the Escalade.
That's all she wanted.
Yeah.
And now she got 2 girls.
Yeah.
And they're beautiful.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're so gorgeous.
Yeah, and she has a Range Rover, and guess what? The only thing that she would prefer is a little more luxurious of a lap. Mm-hmm. In other words, I don't spend millions of dollars a year. You don't see me running around in Rolls Royces and fancy houses because I'm still growing the business and I still reinvest in the business and we still live somewhat conservatively.
You're being smart. I think it's kind of stupid what all these entrepreneurs are, I don't know, advertising. I mean, there's so many people
they're advertising because that's what draws.
Yeah, that's what draws people in. I think there's so many people that are teaching you how to make money. There's no one teaching you how to secure the bag, save it, protect it from the government. There's no one really talking about it.
You are.
Yeah, I am. That's why,
See,
I messaged you.
No one, and there
is. But that's why I'm gonna dominate
Naz.
on this area. And that's why I messaged you a couple times. I'm like, you need to have more women on your show and you need to put me on your show.
Now, what did I tell you?
You said, great idea. I was like, this guy's really cool. Like number one responded to me and he took my advice.
See, the word's out.
Yeah, I appreciate
really
you,
cool.
man.
I
really appreciate you.
Dude, you're out there empowering women and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I think quite frankly, I agree with what you just said. Women specifically
Yep.
should be educated to know what's what. I'm assuming everyone's as ethical and moral as they should be. So therefore, I would like everybody to be properly equipped as individuals
Right.
to handle whatever situation they're in,
Yeah.
to protect their own interests, including my wife.
Yeah.
I just hope and understand that that's not always the case. There's some people out there that have
There's some bad lawyers
less,
out there.
yeah, their scruples are a little bit less than desirable.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to educate people in a few cases how to frickin' get whacked or whack. So there's dudes that are going to get whacked because of your book, and then there's people that'll get protected because of your book. And here's the point where I'm going with this. When you start building a social media, because I keep telling people social media is the new television. You know me because of social media.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a social media account or you don't have a large following, how do you become in that influencer space? How do you start building that brand and having people seek knowledge from you? Here's how you do it, dude. You have to put stuff out there like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And most people won't. And the reason that they won't is because they fear the hate far more than they like the love.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Hate me.
I know, but that's why people won't do it. They
Yeah.
won't post what they really believe. They won't post what they really think. They'll do a podcast, but they won't say what they really think. They'll say what they think everybody wants to hear.
Yeah.
And then they don't. They're not clear as to why it's not catching on. Well, number one, because it's vanilla. Number two, there's no authenticity there. And number three, you don't really believe it. And I think people can sense that. But when you come out with your authentic self, and most people won't do this because they fear what people will actually say. If you told me your real opinion, what the hell would the whole world say? They fear that a little bit. So what they do is they don't, because they hate, they fear the hate. And so now they can't find any love, because if everybody just said, fuck it, I'm going with Brad's rule, which is
Going balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall, be who you are, make your statement. As long as you own it and you live it, listen, own it and live it. And they're ethical and moral. And you come out like that, and the whole world doesn't like you. I'll bet you $1 billion that enough of the world will to give you everything you've ever wanted.
Yeah.
Because even if the whole world hates you, like let's say there's 7 billion people on earth, and you could only get 70 million out of 7 billion, which is a drop in the bucket.
I'm good with that.
If you could only get 70 million
To like you?
to use your service, to buy your product,
Good with
to
it.
watch your show, to listen to your fucking podcast, to send you $1 a month, okay? You are stupid.
You're golden.
Yeah.
You're golden. But I think it takes a lot of courage for what you do, because a lot of people don't want to put their true self out there.
So I'm being courageous and I don't even know
You're
it.
fucking being 100% courageous.
Is this courage?
100% to put your authentic self out every day in and day out. It takes a lot of work. I don't think people really understand how exhausting it is to have a camera in your face all the time.
I like it.
Yeah, you like it because you could be your true self
Well,
in front of the camera.
not only that, but because if anyone doubts me
It's
or
documented.
wants to argument
Yeah.
or argue,
You play it back.
Yeah, I say, well, let's just go grab the camera
Yeah.
and hit rewind and see
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't want to document what they say.
Are you going to start documenting?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because you're going to build a bigger brand than you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. I mean,
You're
I
out
haven't
on the
even
road.
touched. Yeah, I haven't touched how far. I mean, I know that I can.
But you're here mainly because, number one, you want to share your knowledge. But number two, you realize, hey, I need to get my message out to the world.
Yeah, and everyone's like, how did you get on Bradley's show? And I'm like, I just asked him.
You know what's funny is one time I had a guy that works, he still does work here, and he's definitely not a multimillionaire. In other words, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He does like the handiwork around here. I had him on the show, and everyone's like, well, why would you have him on the show? Dude,
Why not?
Listen, you can learn from everybody.
Yes.
You can learn all kinds of shit from everybody. They don't have to be rich to be knowledgeable.
Yeah, and I think
Matter of fact, if they're knowledgeable, they are rich, just in a different way. Finances and money are not always what it boils down to when you say someone's rich. I know
Yeah.
someone who's rich in love, but they're not very rich financially.
Yeah.
I know somebody who's rich in happiness, but they're not very rich in love because they're not with anyone. So at the end of the day, like, who decides?
Well, you know what I remember you saying something one time where you say, if you don't promote yourself, who's going to promote you? So you have to.
No, I think that was Grant Cardone that said that.
No, you've said something like that before. You were in your car. You're like, someone messaged me and they're like, why are you filming yourself in your car? And you're like, I just want to. I want to promote myself. Whatever. Whoever said it.
Grant said it.
Okay.
Got to give credit where he's due.
That's good. That's very good of you. But you said something along the lines of that one time, and I promote myself. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to let you know that I'm someone that you should be watching. So what I have done, and a lot of people, young women will message me like, how are you getting on these shows? I'm just asking. I'm going to people that already have a following, and I'm gaining credibility.
Yeah,
and
you're swooping on their audience.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying, and I don't think a woman would say, oh, let me think about whose podcast am I going to be on to promote this like women empowerment. You're probably the last person that someone would think that they would want to reach out to. But I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to reach out to Bradley because he's going to have a different type of audience that may come follow me.
Sure.
You got to think outside the box.
I have an audience that will follow you.
Yeah.
And what's funny is they all may not like what you're saying.
Yeah.
And they'll unfollow you as soon as they see what the hell you're up to.
Garbage takes itself out.
But I'll bet you anything, you definitely get a couple new fans out of this deal. You probably sell a few books, and then you probably get a little bit of hate. But guess what? I get them too, and they're my followers, which is funny too, because every time I see someone hating, I go look, and it says follow back, which means they're
following you.
Which means they're following me, and
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, why would you follow someone that you hate?
Because it's just like talk radio. I'm on talk radio, and it's like you have the people that listen to me the most are the people that hate me the most.
I want everyone to unfollow me if you don't like me.
If they don't like you,
Yeah,
I don't think that's gonna happen. They want to see what you do.
I know, but I really, again, I really want. I would like them to unfollow me. Like, I want to know that everyone that follows me loves me, wants to hear my shit,
Yeah.
and likes what I'm saying and doing. Because, like, even if it dropped it down to, oh, you really only had 3,000 true blue fans, then I only want 3,000 true blue fans, and I want to vet everybody
Yeah.
because I want to know. I like accurate analytics, real.
I can tell that.
Data.
You know how I can tell that? You don't have like a crazy amount of like you don't have like a million, but you have real however many it is, and I can tell that. I hate those accounts where you're like, oh, 5 million followers and there's like 20 comments. There's not much
That's 'cause they bought
engagement.
followers.
Yeah, and I don't like that. And I like
worthless.
that. But you are providing more valuable content doing that, and you're gaining more followers,
following
real
you?
followers. No.
Let's hear. Let me fix that for you.
Oh, Brad. That's nice of you.
Where are you, young lady? Where are you?
Naz
You are at
Barouti.
Naz Barouti. N-A-Z, folks. I'm looking her up right now. N-A-Z.
Barouti.
O-U-T-I. O-U-T-I. Oh, that's a T. Hold your horses. There you are. Naz Barouti.
I think we have
Lawyer
some...
and law firm, empowering women with financial and legal literacy. Follow back. Bam.
Boom.
Folks, do what Brad Lee does if you want to be cool and go follow Naz Barouti, N-A-Z-B-A-R-O-U-T-I. Ladies, I know you're listening. I know you're listening because guess what? I see my demographics and I'm 37% women.
Do you think they're just following you because you're handsome?
I hope so.
And they like the hockey games that you go to?
I hope so. I am not offended if you follow me just because you think I'm cute. As long as you engage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
long as you're sharing and believing in the message, man,
Yeah.
follow me. I don't care. Gay people too, like a lot of dudes, that are a little bit.
You do have good hair.
A lot of people on the gay side, they always love me. I don't know why.
Because you're handsome.
Well, maybe.
You have good hair. You have good skin. You dress well.
Thank you. But all I know is I don't mind if you're gay. I don't mind if you're a female. I don't mind if you're a stud dude walking around fucking killing animals and driving trucks.
Hunting.
I used to do that shit. What do you think about
You were juice head?
What? No, not juicing.
Oh.
No, I have taken steroids.
What do I think about
I
hunting?
have taken steroids when I was a kid, but not like
Yeah.
that big muscle head shit.
What
Just
do-
a couple cycles of test.
What do I think about hunting? Is
Yeah,
that what you're gonna
because the other day I stopped hunting, and the other day I was telling someone, they're like, "Dude, come on, dude, you got to be a fucking man." I'm like, "Dude, I am a man.
I
I'm
know.
a man's man, and I would kill if I had to eat and I was hungry and my family was starving." But dude, listen, I feel bad shooting a fucking animal.
Well, this is the thing about hunting, because I had this conversation with one of my friends who's a designer, and he makes, this is really bad, but he makes handbags out of elephants, and he makes these like custom, like amazing bags. And he was like, I get a lot of hate. I get people that kick me out of their house when I tell them what this product is made out of. And I'm like, look, some of these elephants, they're old. And if you don't kill them off, they're going to make the other elephants in the herd or whatever sick.
Yeah.
So you have to do it.
Well, again, I'm not mad at them.
Yeah.
That's my point. I got a lot of buddies that go hunting.
Yeah.
They got fucking antlers up and shit. I don't care if you kill animals.
Yeah.
I just don't like to.
Well, you
Why?
like the rhino. Is that like your symbol now?
Yeah,
I
it
like
sure
that.
is.
Some people are.
But why don't I kill animals? It's a simple answer.
You don't want
I
to.
feel bad for them.
Yeah.
No, like I've killed one on many occasions, but growing up. And then the last time I killed one, when I decided I'm not killing one anymore, is my friends and I were out hunting, and I saw this little deer getting a little drink of water. It was just trying to get a little drink
Bambi
of water.
moment. You had a Bambi moment.
No, it had antlers.
Oh, okay.
But it was just trying to get a little drink of water, and I, put it in my sights and pulled the trigger, and it dropped. Now, when it dropped, it was going, and it was screaming.
That sound is engraved in your head.
And I didn't really like that. So we ran over to it, and I'm like, shit, it's hurt, but it's not moving, and it's clearly alive. I'm looking at its eyes, and its eyes were terrified.
Judgy eyes.
I don't know
you.
what judgy means. Terrified. It was scared shitless.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there looking at it, and it's scared shitless at what these fucking humans are going to do to it. And of course, we did not have good intentions. So I walk over there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I got to put it out of its misery. This is fucking heartbreaking. So I cock the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I chamber around. That's what a man would say. I fucking chambered around, and I point it right at the fucker's head, and I turn my face so I don't get splatter, because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And when I turned my face, I must have moved the gun nozzle just a smidge, and instead of shooting it in the fucking head, I blew its jaw off.
Oh my God.
And when I looked back, it was now screaming louder.
Oh,
except
Brad.
it didn't have a jaw now. So now I blew the bottom jaw off of its face. It's screaming loud. Its eyes, if you can picture it, were even more terrified. It's trying to move. If my daughter was listening, she'd be crying right now.
Yeah, she'd be crying.
It's trying to move. And my friend Scott had this big buck knife, this big, came up. He obviously still hunts. He didn't give a rat's dick what was happening.
Yeah.
He opened up its leg, stuck it right up in the where the nuts are, and just started gutting it while it was still screaming. And sure enough, after a while, it stopped screaming.
Is it weird that I wish you had your camera crew to document this?
This is all on camera.
No. The actual killing of this deer.
Oh, no.
I actually would want to watch this.
Well, that's what happened.
Wow.
And I said to myself, and by the way, then we proceeded to field strip it, if you know what that means.
Skin it?
Skin it and grab what we want. But we didn't want nothing but the backstrap, which is like when you eat deer, venison, which I don't eat. But when you eat it, that's like the good stuff. So literally, we sat there and took the backstrap and left a big heap and pile of steam.
Do you mean Scott did? When you say
Scott
we, do you
did.
mean Scott? You
Scott
were just
did.
watching? Were you puking out your guts at this point?
No, I wasn't puking. And again, I mean, I at the time, I wasn't sitting there crying about it. I was just thinking, man, dude, we are barbaric, like fucking A.
But that's how people fed themselves.
This thing was just trying to get a drink of water.
Yeah.
And I blew a hole in it to where now it's scared. And then I walked up and blew its jaw off. Right. And then some asshole came up and stuck a knife up in its gut and split its guts open. For what? Like, so we could have back straps off of its back? Like,
well, does your friend eat the meat? Like, he hunts for the meat. He eats it.
Yeah, he took it home and ate it.
Okay.
But that's an
But there was
excuse.
still a purpose to it. You didn't
excuse.
just do it to do it.
No, dude, we left most of the deer there. It was like, that's like breaking into a house. And then you see $1,000, you take it. Why? Well, because it's fucking there. You didn't break in for the 1,000, but there it is. So at the end of the day, doing that to a deer, it's like, oh, you take the fucking meat because, people eat meat. I didn't eat no meat. Do you eat backstrap?
No, I've never had it.
Okay, so you could tell me right now, you want venison? I don't want venison.
If that was the only thing available to me, hell yeah, I would eat it.
If that was the only thing available.
Yeah, that's
what if dog was the only thing available?
You got to eat the dog.
Exactly. What if human was the only thing available?
I would eat the human.
Exactly. So if is a big word.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about if. Let's talk about.
Dude, you should have gone to freaking law school.
That's right. But I can tell you this. I'm not less of a man because I don't hunt.
No, you're not.
And I can tell you that a lot of my buddies that love to hunt, I don't give a fuck. I don't look at them worse. I don't think, oh, you meanie. It's like, cool, good for you. When you're hunting, I'm going to be doing something else because I will fish. You know why? Because when you take a fish out of the water with a hook in its mouth and you take the hook out and you pop it over the head with a bat, it doesn't hurt.
You pop it with a bat?
You knock it out over the head, or you
I
smack
didn't
its
know
head
they
on
do
a
that.
rock and it knocks it out. But it doesn't hurt the fish. I've tried asking fish before I did it just to make sure. I'm like, tell me if this hurts. And I go, bap. And they've never once said yes. So
well, it's good that you have a mentality like that. A lot of people don't think like you. They want to pick a side and they want to fight for that side. They don't understand that you can have differing views and still be friends with people. That's what we're lacking right now in America.
There's another bomb you got.
Yeah.
And by the way, you would have got much more bombs. I just forgot to drop bombs.
We should have just had it the whole time in the background.
Well, but you did hit a record. I think an hour and 24 minutes
wow.
is the longest in the history of the
Really?
world. Yeah. They're
So I
only
can
usually up to an hour.
Because we're new best friends.
We're new besties.
Yeah.
And you have good information.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you guys want to follow Naz, go follow Naz Barouti on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Where are you most active?
Instagram.
Instagram. Remember, if you're a female and you want to know how to get your shit in order, go get her book. It's a woman's guide to legally protecting yourself, love, death, and money. However, if you're a dude, read the book too, but just take the word woman out and put your ass in there, and I'll bet you it teaches you the exact same motherfucking thing. Right or wrong?
100%.
Or just
correct.
wait for the male version to come out.
Yeah, or just get this anyway.
And by the way, I'm going to read your book, and then I'll determine whether my wife gets to.
Okay,
because
perfect.
she does what
Deal.
she's told.
Deal. That's a great relationship. Great relationship.
Folks, that was a joke, just FYI. Until next time, as always, keep it real.